Mountain Dew and whiskey. Does that sound like a good combination? Let's look into the history of the Hillbilly Highball, a cocktail originally made with moonshine and Mountain Dew. Mountain Dew was originally created as a mixer for moonshine back in the 40s. As the story goes, two brothers were fond of mixing their whiskey with a soda called Natural Setup, which was similar to 7-Up. But because of the way soda was bottled and distributed back then, they couldn't get any in their region. So they decided to make their own. They bottled it for their own exclusive use and gave it a hillbilly-themed label. The specs are for a highball glass, but I'm making just a half size. Not because of the alcohol, but I really don't need the caffeine this late at night. That's not bad. These two actually go well together, and if you're a fan of Mountain Dew, I'm sure it's spot on. So unfortunately, this bottle here has very little in common with that original formula. Mountain Dew never sold well, and during the 60s was sold to a company that replaced it with a lemonade soda that proved much more popular. Rumors have it that Dr. Enough is closer to the original formula, and this is produced by the company that changed Mountain Dew in the 60s before it sold to Pepsi. So let's try this out. I couldn't get my hands on any moonshine though, mainly because, booze is legal now, and nobody makes it, but I am using a Tennessee whiskey. That's a little better. You know, there's a certain chemical texture you get from Mountain Dew that isn't always pleasant, especially with the Tennessee whiskey. Dr. Enough has almost a darker flavor, like a darker citrus flavor. I know they add things like vitamins and minerals into this. That might be what's affecting the flavor, but I think that Dr. Enough actually makes a better cocktail. So after a little bit of research, I found a number of different versions of Mountain Dew's original recipe. So let's make some from scratch. I'm starting with an oleosaccharum using peels from 2 oranges, 2 limes, and 1 lemon with ½ cup of sugar. After about 8 hours, I'm going to add in 8 ounces of orange juice, 4 ounces lime juice, and 2 ounces lemon, shaking to dissolve the sugar. It was interesting to learn that other citrus sodas use tangerine instead of orange to distinguish themselves from Mountain Dew. Also, that Mountain Dew is a slang term for moonshine. So the brothers thought it was a funny name for their moonshine mixer. Let's try this by itself first. Wow, that is tasty. I would drink this soda on the reg if I drank a lot of soda. Can we do this up? Since this has 7 ingredients, let's call it Hillbilly 7-Up. Wow, that's phenomenal. The oleosaccharum, the syrup that we made, is so much better than just regular soda. They really need to go back to these old recipes. That's good too. It's a little strong though. I switched to a Kentucky whiskey, which I think is a little better than the first one, but obviously a little more potent. A blend from Buffalo Trace. It makes a good cocktail. There you have it. The abridged history of Mountain Dew and the Hillbilly Highball. See you next time.